Hello, thanks for joining. Today we are doing a luteal phase yoga. So if you are on or about to experience your luteal phase, this video is for you. I'm currently in the midst of it, so I know all about it. As someone who menstruates, it can be a really challenging time of our cycle. So I designed this flow to cater to all those feelings, all the extra progesterone that we have in our body. We're feeling sleepy, we're sensitive, we're self-critical, not our highest self. So this flow will make us feel so much better, I promise. Let's start in child's pose. So come to a kneeling position, sit back on your hips, and just release your chest down. Fingers are spread wide. Our forehead is resting on the earth. And let's start to take some big inhales and exhales. Just arriving on our mat. Just take today's class at whatever pace feels comfortable. The luteal phase is all about slow, gentle movements, not pushing ourselves past the limit. Listening to your body. Getting out of our minds so that we can focus on our health rather than the self-criticism or busyness that we often get wound up in at this time. Take one more deep inhale and exhale, and then come up out of child's pose, high on your knees. Your knees are about hips width distance apart. And if you're feeling comfortable, lift your arms up overhead. Release your index fingers and point your hands and fingertips to the ceiling. Engage your core here. On your next exhale, tip over gently to the right side, stretching your left side body. Come back to center. Change the cross of your fingers so the opposite thumb is on top, and release your index fingers once again. Exhale and tip gently over to the left side. Come back to center. Release your hands. Plant them down on the ground in front of you. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels here. Fingertips are super wide. Spread your toes out too. Maybe you lift up on your heels and come right onto the toe pads of your feet, and then sink back down. Try and encourage your heels towards the earth. Inhale. Exhale, lower your hips, come to a plank. And then slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands and come into a forward fold. You can grab onto opposite elbow and gently sway side to side. Try and place more of your weight on the front of your foot at the top rather than into your heels, and have a slight bend in your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands on your shins or the ground, flat back. And then exhale, roll your upper body up to mountain pose. Come to a standing position. Inhale, hands lift up overhead. Look up, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. When you're ready, plant your palms down on the ground, bend into your left knee, lift your right foot and step it back into a low lunge, dropping your back knee, untucking your back toes, and lift up on your chest, cactus arms out wide. Chest is open, heart is open, lifting our chin, our gaze can be up. Exhale, bring your palms down to the earth, tuck your back toes under, lift up into your knee, and this time maybe you wiggle your left foot out to the mat a bit more, and we're going to work into salamander. So keeping the back knee off of the ground if you'd like, or you can replace it back on the ground. We're going to work on trying to get our elbows onto the ground while keeping this strong sensation in our left leg here. This is working into our hip flexors, our abdomen, the tops of our legs. Really good for massaging this area right now. Inhale, come back up onto your palms. Tuck your back toes under, and then step your back foot up to meet your front for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Hands reach up above your head. Exhale, dive forward. Plant your palms. Bend into your right knee, and this time we step our left leg back, dropping our back knee, untucking your toes, and coming up into a low lunge. Arms are out wide, cactus. Chest lifted, chin lifted. Focus on your breath if you've lost it. Exhale, plant your palms down. Wiggle your right foot to the outside of your mat. Your palms are now closer to one another, shoulders distance apart. Working into salamander on the other side. Our back leg can stay lifted knee or be the knee touching on the mat. Again, we're trying to work on getting our elbows and forearms down to touch the mat. Now, don't expect yourself to have the same flexibility on both sides. I definitely find this side a little more challenging than the other. But in yoga, we work to balance out both sides of the body, and this is a place of no judgment, so just however you can express each pose, that is just how you can do it that day. Maybe you're just having a slower day, or maybe that's just how you can do it, period. Try not to compare yourself to what I'm doing or what anyone else is doing. When you're ready, inhale and replace your palms down on the ground. Tuck your back toes under. And this time we're going to step our front leg back to meet our back leg. And lower our upper body all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. And our palms are staying pressed under our shoulders, fingertips wide. You're going to inhale, lift the chest, gaze up for cobra. Engage your glutes here. Drop your shoulders down. Try not to push too much weight into your hands. Exhale, lower your forehead down. We're going to add on and come into cobra. So inhale, press, lift your chest up, and this time place your forearms on the mat out in front of you. Your forearms are down, your palms are flat against the ground, fingertips are wide, shoulders are down. You'll feel this sensation in the low back, another area that is often feeling some discomfort or tenderness or soreness during this phase. So massaging our low back can give some relief. With every breath, try and draw energy into your lower back, your lumbar spine. If it's ever too much sensation, ease out, bring your forearms further away. If you want more sensation, bring forearms in towards your chest. Inhale and exhale. Plant your palms back on the ground. Lift your forearms up off, and let's press up and back into child's pose. When you do child's pose this time, widen your knees and try and get your stomach in between your legs, encouraging it more down towards the earth, really stretching into our hips more. With every breath, try and push your chest down towards the earth. Inhale, come up to tabletop, cross your heels over one another and tip back onto your seat. Bring your hips more towards the middle of your mat. Legs are out straight in front of you. Inhale, arms lift up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward over your legs. Bend your knees as much as you need to in order to maintain your spinal integrity, keeping a flat back, no rounding of the spine. Your shoulders are down away from your ears. Inhale, come back up. This time, keep your left leg down on the ground and widen out your stance so that your right leg is at the opposite end of the mat, or as wide as it can get. We're working into a wide-legged forward fold seated. So again, we're keeping our chest lifted, our legs are out straight or bent, whatever feels comfortable. Feet are flexed, hinge forward at the hips, and walk your hands out in front of you. If you can get your forearms on the ground, that's great. If not, just press your hands into the earth somewhere in front of you. Inhale, come back up, and let's work into bound ankles. So now our feet, bottoms of our feet are pressed into one another, encouraging our knees down towards the earth. You can grab onto your ankles and encourage your feet in towards your body, pressing your chest out in front of you. Maybe drop your chin down and do some head circles. And then switch directions. When you're ready, release the binding of your legs. Come to face the shorter end of your mat once again. And lower your body all the way to the ground, keeping your knees bent and your feet in towards your body. On your next inhale, left leg lifts up and crosses over your right. Let your legs fall to the right side off of the mat. Your arms can be cactus out by your sides. And then take your gaze over to the left side. I love doing twists when I'm not feeling so great because I find them so detoxifying and soothing. And I feel like I'm a towel being wrung out. It's a passive stretch that doesn't require much effort but gives you a really nice result. With every exhale, try and sink deeper into the twist. Maybe even placing our right hand on our left knee to encourage it towards the earth. Inhale, bring your knees back up to center, take your gaze up, and let's switch sides. Undo the crossing. This time, right leg lifts, crosses over left, letting our knees fall to the left side. Arms are cactus, and our gaze is now over to the right. Again, you might find that your twist is a little more twisty on one side compared to the other, which is totally normal. And you have the option to take your left hand and encourage your right knee down towards the earth a bit more. Inhale, come back to center, undo the cross of your legs. This time, bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug, either reaching for both elbows or just holding onto your shins. This pose is actually called wind relieving pose, and I'll just let you guess why. And exhale, release your legs out and your hands down by your side for Savasana, our final rest. Feel free to stay in Savasana as long as you'd like and end the video here, or I have the option to join me in some nostril breathing after this. ready, inhale and come back up to seated position. Just come to easy seat or kneeling or whatever is comfortable. And we're going to go through a little bit of nostril breathing. This is something that we're taught as yoga teachers that is not very common in most Western yoga classes, but I find it to be really interesting and useful and a great way to draw awareness back to our breath. So once you're in a comfortable position, provided that you don't have any clogged sinuses also, bring your right hand or your dominant hand up to your face. You can have your index finger and your middle finger placed on your forehead in between your eyebrows, just gently resting. And we're going to start by inhaling through our right nostril and blocking our left nostril with our finger, our fourth finger. So inhale through the right nostril. And then plug the right nostril with your thumb and exhale through the left nostril. And then try that again. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Try and completely exhale every last bit of air out of your lungs. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale. And let's reverse. So inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Last time. Inhale. Release your hand down, keeping your eyes closed. Return to normal breath. Thank yourself for showing up today during this challenging time when we're definitely not feeling our best self, but taking one step towards our health of our heart and our mind and our body. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next time. I just wanted to say a special thank you to our friends at Wade Studio for letting us use their beautiful space here. If you're in the Toronto area, you should definitely check them out at wadestudio.ca.